Hey, 4 a.m. Club. Okay, let's talk about what I think is going to happen next. Now, I'm using the word think because I need you to understand. Remember, I'm not a predictive psychic. I don't do it that way. I'm an energy anchor. I read energy and I connect to spirit. So what I'm about to tell you is more about what I think based on what I'm seeing rather than spirit has told me this. Just to clarify, okay? But I did want to talk about this because I do keep getting a lot of comments of people asking, because there is a lot of fear and anxiety. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? So I'm just going to provide you with what I feel in this moment. Now, remember, I did make a playlist. It's not of my videos. It's of what I've seen from other psychics and intuitives that really resonates with me. I think it's under where you find the rest of my playlists. I don't know. Everyone's like, ask me, where do you find it? I don't know. I think that's where it is. Just find it. Now, I will begin by telling you what I do know, not what I think, what I have seen and what I've received from spirit. Months and months ago, I did receive a vision of Kamala Harris being sworn in. And I see it very vividly. And when I compare notes with people in the comments who had that dream on the night of the election, we saw the same thing. We saw her wearing the same wool coat. It's like a royal purplish blue color. And when I saw that in my body, it lit up with energy. I felt vibrating, shaking, elation, just filled with spirit from head to toe. So an incredible moment of knowing that is what we are having. I do know that. I'm communicating all the certainty I can possibly give you from a psychic, spiritual, intuitive sense, as well as a physical, somatic, felt sense. I know that. Now, from what I'm seeing from other intuitives whose content I resonate with and who I either know personally or I feel strong discernment that I resonate with their message. Here's the conglomeration of what they're saying. And these people are more tapped into both times, like dates and times, as well as have received channeled messages word for word about what will happen. Allie is a good one. Spirituality with Sam is another one. And I've had private conversations with my psychic friends. So this is where I'm getting that information from. I'm aggregating the information. I don't claim to have the original source to what I'm about to tell you. But that being said, part of being psychic is to feel the truth of something and to resonate with something as though it is your own truth. So take that for what it's worth. What I believe will happen and is already happening is there are investigations underway. I've been tagged in videos about Trump cronies being investigated in Florida. Alfie, what's his last name? I don't remember. We're also seeing in Boston and Philadelphia, they're launching official ballot investigations. A lot of people are also talking about how eerily quiet it is, both on the sides of the Republicans and Democrats. There's a flurry of activity behind the scenes. I feel like Trump is sort of either being forced into silence because he can't shut his damn mouth for 5 minutes. He's either being forced into silence or it's a silence because they don't want him to keep giving things away. He's already said way too damn much, okay? He said way too damn much and they're trying to keep him quiet. They're trying to hope they get away with it. And I feel like the Democrats and officials are being quiet enough to let them think they have gotten away with it. So everyone's saying, why isn't more being done? Why aren't they doing something? They are doing something. This is a very common tactic, both in prosecution and in government, as well as legal investigations. Never show your cards. Be quiet, lay low, do things quietly so they think they got away with it. Not only will they continue to do what they're doing, but they're going to make cocky mistakes, okay? So if it's silent, that's a good thing. Trust that. I have seen others say that they feel that there will be a whistleblower, possibly female. A lot of tarot people are seeing the Empress card, and a lot of psychics are saying that information will come out on its own as the result of investigations, but a whistleblower will help put the pieces together in a way that is undeniable. I have also seen psychics give us dates, so we should be looking into next week. 11/11, 11/12, 11/13, around there will be a first kind of wave of knowing that some information will come out, and then a subsequent date around Thanksgiving and other dates throughout December. So I don't feel like we're going to have radio silence until the last possible minute. We're going to start getting things. It's going to come out slowly. Spirit has also said, and I feel this in my core as well, that, there's a lot of people that are afraid that I'm on the wrong timeline because he won. And I've said this before in other videos, even into my first election prediction, when people are like, you're full of shit, you're just like hedging your bets. No, I said, I even have this feeling that even if the preferred candidate, my preferred candidate doesn't win, this is going to serve a purpose, and the overall movement of the divine feminine rising is still going to come to pass. Like I said that from the beginning, and now that's becoming more clear. This illusion of him winning has activated the people in ways that I've never seen before, both people in my personal lives and things I'm seeing around the internet, that people who might either be complacent or give in to despair are really rising up in fire, as well of what I've seen, the thousands of you in my comments who were like, holy shit, I'm hearing things and I had dreams, and what's this mean? We are being activated and awakened on a mass level that could never have been done before. So that's part one of why it has to be this way. And part two, I've heard another psychic say, again, this is Spirituality with Sam, and this deeply resonates, that we had to first have this appearance of him winning. Because if it was the other way around, the upset and the violence from his supporters would be too great and would cause too big a threat. So if it's going to be this way, where he's the apparent victor, but then it flips the other way, people are still worried about violence. I tend to feel that there will be some. I'm sorry, I wish there wasn't. I tend to feel that there will be some, but it will be minor, very minor. We're not talking a January 6th level deal. We're talking maybe a few minor local skirmishes. And as much as I wish I didn't have them, look at who we're dealing with. Look at who we're talking about, you know? But what I hope and what I believe will be the overall feeling is that the people who love him will finally realize they have been duped by him, and they will wake up from their spell. So what I think is going to happen, more than violence, it's going to be shock and anger directed at him. And here's why I want to talk about this. It's so, so important. We probably all have someone in our lives who's fallen victim to that. And I'm not talking about the hardcore MAGAs that we just want to throat punch or that are the ones who are likely to be violent. I'm talking like our parents and our grandparents who have been deceived, who have that old school Christian way of believing that the Republican Party is the Christian Party. These people are going to be shaken, and they're going to wonder what's going on. And what they need is our compassion, our patience, our understanding, to sit with them and say, wow, I know it's really scary. It's really hard. I'm so sorry. It's really hard to see this revelation. And then to gently bring them over to, but it's going to be okay. I know you've been taught to fear this other side, to fear this other candidate, but I have hope, and here's why. So we need to be that bridge to help our loved ones, our neighbors, our friends to come across and feel safe. So many people have seen Trump going to jail in handcuffs. And I will admit, what I initially saw when I saw Kamala being sworn in on that same day, I've been hesitant to say this. I'm just going to say this because I don't think it's by any means definitive. I actually saw him unaliving of natural causes. I thought it was like a stroke or something to do with the brain, an aneurysm. I saw him collapsing and dying. Now, since we're now firmly anchored in this timeline, and this is, again, timelines keep changing, so it doesn't surprise me if suddenly I'm seeing it differently. Now that we're fully on this timeline and I'm really fully anchored into it, I actually have seen him in handcuffs being led away, and he's in his stupid blue suit. So this is what I both have seen and predict. And I want to hear what you've seen and heard and feel, because I think this is the general consensus with some variation. This is what I see unfolding over the next few months. And I know a few months seems like a long time when we're scared, but it's going to begin swiftly. So we will have some relief. We will have some information that's going to start to put things at ease. And I think it will be rumbling among the right-wing crowd as to disbelief and shock and confusion. And so that needs to happen slowly, so that there isn't too big and dramatic a sudden, like, boom, holy shit. Like, they need to be woken up gently and slowly have time to adjust. And we, as the light bearers, will help them do that when they're ready. Okay, this is a 9-minute video. I'm gonna let you go. Let me know what else you want updates on. I can actually start tuning in and asking my guides if we want to get direct from the source. I feel like what I've been feeling in my energy is so strong that I haven't needed to do that yet. I've been relying on the energy and from what I've already seen and felt. But if we have very specific questions, we can dive in tomorrow.